Well, hello. How are we all? Hope we're all doing well. This is a bit strange, isn't it? I just thought for once to just do a vlog like this. Basically, I've not done videos like this in this kind of way before for ages. Sorry. Basically, I don't really do any videos on my webcam anymore. I barely ever use this main PC at the moment because it's very inadequate. I can't really do much with it. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a test run, just see if the microphone's still working alright, see if the webcam's still working alright, and just generally just do like a little test vlog just to see if it's all operational still. So this was what I was known for many years of making videos on YouTube, was through a webcam. That was usually the way it used to be back when I first started making videos on YouTube, and then as technology has progressed and cameras have progressed on phones, I've generally progressed onto doing stuff like that, and I edit my videos now via my phone as well. I record, produce, edit, upload all via my phone now because it's just, for me, it's just easier to do it like that. I'm hoping my lip sync's alright. I'm hoping the frame rate is passable. I mean, I know this webcam isn't a full HD webcam. I think it's a 720p, I believe, if I remember rightly, but it'll do for now. But I just wanted to just dust it all off and just see if it's all working alright. But anyways, how are we doing? I hope we're all alright out there in this crazy world we call home, or Earth, should we say. I've not been up to much as of late. I've mostly been working. At the moment, there is no overtime at work, so I have got a little bit more time to myself this week, hence why I'm making a vlog, very impromptu. I've got the next 2 days off back to back because of the way my week rota is working, and I'm in on Sunday next. So yeah, at the moment I'm currently doing a rewatch of all the Michael Bay Transformers live action movies. I'm currently going to start Revenge of the Fallen today. I might watch another one later tonight, maybe which will be Dark of the Moon. But yeah, I mean, the reason why I've done that is because I kind of got a little bit inspired by a fellow YouTuber that I've been watching for since about 2011, 2012, called Alex Yu, or The Raging Nation. And yeah, I basically stumbled upon him because he was doing fact videos on for Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, basically all the live action movies since the '07 film. Obviously, that channel, Alex Yu, The Raging Nation, wasn't on YouTube back in '07, so he started in 2010. So I think when he started, he managed to get at the latter end of the development of Revenge of the Fallen, because that film came out. No, that film came out in 2009, didn't it? So he would have started with Dark of the Moon. Sorry, just get a bit of facts right. So he would have started with the production, like early production, and the casting choices and all that information that came out with Dark of the Moon. So he would have started with Dark of the Moon because that came out, I think, in 2011 or 2013. No, 2012, I think. Either 2011 or 2012 that Dark of the Moon came out, because there was roughly always was like a 2 to 3 year gap between each film. So, so yeah, he's been doing a little video series on his channel lately where he's doing a rewatch of the films as well. Just kind of like refreshing himself, and he's going to be doing videos talking about what he thinks of them now, because, well, let's just put it this way. Revenge of the Fallen came out in 2009. We are now in 2020, which means it's been 11 years. It's 11 years this year that Revenge of the Fallen released in cinemas. So, yeah. So, think about it. 11 years is a long time for you to revisit these films. I mean, the 07 film is about, what? That will be 12 years, possibly. 13 years. I think 13 years is the 07 film. And then obviously we've got this one, which is about 11 years this year. Or going on for 12 years, because obviously we're at the latter end of 2020 now. So, yeah. So there's a long time progress between when we first went to sit down and see them first off in cinemas to now. I mean, I've watched these movies I've watched these movies many times over the years, because I own every single one of them. I've got every one. Even though I don't like all of them, the Michael Bay films, Transformers films, are very hit and miss. I love the first one, the 07 film. Revenge of the Fallen, I like about halfway in. The latter end half is an absolute mess. You can generally feel a general shift in story and plot as the movie's progressing. The first half of the movie is actually passable for me. It has some great action sequences. The car chase where they're Sideswipe and are in Shanghai, and there's that car chase in Shanghai, which was supposed to be dead end, and that scene is really, really cool. I also like the whole scene where Optimus Prime goes after Demolisher, where he literally comes out the back of a plane, transforms, and then lands, and then transforms again, and then goes in pursuit of Demolisher. That is incredible. There is, and obviously the forest scene as well, the forest battle scene, just before things start to go a little bit squiff with that film. Because for those that probably can't remember, maybe they were quite young at the time of these films coming out. I mean, I would have been 19 when... Yeah, I would have been, I think, 19 when Revenge of the Fallen came out. I'd have been 19 years old. So I can remember doing a little bit of research on the first... on Revenge... I think it was either Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon. But I used to do something similar to Alex You, The Raging Nation, where I used to do information videos on the production of the first 2 or 3 live-action films. And this was back on my original channel called Nosy 00, and it's no longer there anymore. So when I used to do that, I found out a lot of interesting things. I found out during production there was a writer's strike of Revenge of the Fallen, and they literally had to stop production of Revenge of the Fallen midway in. So they'd already filmed and started editing the first half of, or most of it was practically halfway in, was practically completed. The latter end, which is the Egypt scene, the Devastator scenes, all the later scenes that you see later on in Revenge of the Fallen, all those scenes were postponed because of the writer's strike. And what they had to do is, when that writer's strike finally came to a conclusion, they then had to really rush, because they only had maybe no more than about a month or 2 left to finish the movie, like film the film, edit it, and get it out for the premiere. Because I believe Paramount and Hasbro wanted it out. They were adamant they wanted it out for the release date of that year when Revenge of the Fallen came out in 2009. They adamantly wanted it for that date. And that caused a lot of stress for Michael Bay and the rest of the team, and they had to quickly, because the script wasn't complete, so they literally had to quickly draft up a new story, like a completely different story. Hence why, from when the movie starts, Revenge of the Fallen starts, to when it finishes, it goes through about 2 or 3 different story plots, within the whole span of the movie. And you can generally feel the change from when the film starts to the forest battle. That is practically a coherent film to that point. Oh, so much coherent, but you know what I mean. It was pretty much passable for me up to the forest battle scene. And then from the forest battle scene, it literally just goes upside down, and literally the Devastator scene doesn't make any sense because there's individual Constructicons fighting in the Egypt scene when he's supposed to be combined. So there's literally clones of all sorts. It's absolutely all over the place. It really is all over the place. But I don't really blame Michael Bay for that, because end of the day, the writer's strike came in during the production of Revenge of the Fallen, and they were quite far into production. They were about halfway through. And then they had no choice because of it. They had to essentially, stop production of the movie and then start it up again with very little time left in order to get the film out. That luckily they did get it out on premiere, which was good, a good feat for that. So they managed to get the film out on the date that Hasbro and Paramount wanted. So what happened there? Oh, sorry, I thought my camera finished then. But yeah. But no, I mean, they are very hit and miss films, the Michael Bay live action films. They really are. I mean, especially my favourites for Michael Bay are 07. I don't mind Revenge of the Fallen. It is an absolute mess halfway through, but I can still watch that and still probably get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. And Dark of the Moon. So the first three, I would say, are my favourites, even though I aren't a big fan of the Decepticon drones, which are like basically these basically the unidentified Decepticon drone things that can't even transform. They are in what you call a protoform state, and they literally pilot little spacecrafts, and I don't like that idea. That is the one thing I don't like about Dark of the Moon, is the identifiedless Decepticon soldiers that are literally just cannon fodder for the Autobots. I don't really like them at all. I prefer actual Decepticon characters. Yeah. But anyway, it goes completely off the rails. I mean, once you get to Age of Extinction, yes, I don't mind Age of Extinction. I don't like the phasing transformations for the human-made robot characters, like Stinger and all that lot. I really don't like. I really don't like that at all. That is just stupid. They could still have a type of transformation. It doesn't have to be as flash as, say, the Cybertronian characters, which are, the Autobots. It doesn't have to be as flash as that, but they could have kept it semi-coherent with how with how they kind of transform. But no, they did this whole stupid futuristic phasing thing, and it was just crap. But I love Lockdown. I absolutely love the Lockdown scenes, because he was a proper bad guy. He was a proper, well-written, very good bad guy. And he was voiced by Mark Ryan, and I have met Mark Ryan in person. He's a really nice guy. Really awesome British actor. He's also been in Black Sails as well, that he's really well known for. So yeah, I really do like Lockdown. He was a really well done character. But the story, again, shifts about 3 times throughout the duration from start to finish. It hasn't got any continuity to it at all. I like the Dinobots as well. That's another part. Basically, when it comes to these films, the action fight scenes between Decepticons and Autobots are my favourite scenes from the Michael Bay. I also like the car chase scenes, because Michael Bay is a master at capturing a vehicle chase or car chase, And he's also really good at fight scenes and action. So any scenes with action in it and car chases, I'm all about, because he is very, very good when it comes to stuff like that. But when it comes to actual story and developing the characters, that's where he has a weakness, in my opinion. But then we get to the last one, which I think was The Last Night. Ooh, dear me. It's almost as if he kind of like, you know what, I can't be asked to make these films. I'm only going to make this one. This is going to be my last one. I'm just going to get it out there. And generally, it was a fucking mess. It was a mess. Again, the fight scenes in The Last Night were good. Like the bot scenes. Also, you had proper Decepticon characters versus Autobots again, even though most of them got killed off in just one scene. It was kind of a wasted potential when it came to robot characters. But it was absolutely fucking terrible, that film. It really was. I hope you're seeing me alright, because I'm starting to kind of lag a little bit. I'm starting to lag a little bit, so unfortunately, I don't know if any lip sync might be out, but I can see in the preview screen that I'm watching right now, it's not very smooth. But yeah, so I'm going to rewatch them, even though, I mean, I do get, to a degree, a little bit of entertainment value from them, but for the most part, they are terrible. But they're the type of movie, they're a summer blockbuster movie, they're a type of film where you just switch your brain off, don't think about anything like physics or anything like that, because it doesn't make any sense. And just literally just switch your brain off, get some popcorn, have a few drinks, get some beers in or something like that, have a pizza or something, and just switch your brain off and enjoy. That's basically what the Michael Bay live action films are for me, and that's what I do. I just switch my brain off and watch them. It's not very difficult for me to switch my brain off, because it's practically always switched off anyways. But the one that they did recently, which is the Bumblebee movie, that is fantastic. It is coherent from start to finish. It is an actual progressed plot and story for once. It is really good. Travis Knight, I had absolutely no bad word to say about him. As when Travis Knight, that directed Bumblebee, when he was pointed as the guy at the helm of that movie, I was like, hell yes, because he is incredible. Because if you don't know who Travis Knight is, and you don't know where he originates from, has anybody heard of Leica Animation? Has anybody heard of a movie called Paranorman, called another film called Kubo and the Two Strings, Box Trolls? Those films, they are stop motion movies, stop motion animation, and they are incredible. Box Trolls, I would say, is their least best, but Kubo, if you haven't checked out Kubo and the Two Strings, check it out. How they are able to bring out such an incredible, thoughtful, brilliant story, brilliant character development within puppets, basically. They are literally puppets that they are moving, taking a photo of, and they are able to really bring out a very, very powerful story and character development and great action sequences. Really fantastic movies. So he's the CEO of Leica Animation, is Travis Knight. And Bumblebee was the very first ever live-action movie that he had directed. He had directed his stuff. He had been he was an executive producer. He was like the go-to head guy at Leica, obviously. But this was the very first live-action, actual live actors movies. And actually directing it, and I think he did a bang-up job, considering it was his first credit as an actual live-action movie. And I'm hoping he comes back for Bumblebee 2. I think he might do, because I did read something that Travis Knight did have some ideas for the second Bumblebee film. So I'm hoping he has signed a movie deal for at least 2 movies, because I've heard that there could be a sequel to Bumblebee, but it's going to feature Optimus Prime, because obviously at the end of the first Bumblebee film, Optimus Prime comes to Earth and the rest of the Autobots. So we don't know if Bumblebee's going to be kind of like a prequel to something that could be like the 07 film, where all the Autobot characters are now on Earth. So it's no longer a spotlight movie like Bumblebee was, where it was heavily just on the development of Bumblebee, from him on Cybertron, him coming to Earth and meeting Charlie. So it's kind of like that was that. So I'm wondering, because there is another movie live action film due for release in 2022 that is called Transformers 7. So I'm wondering I'm hoping it's not a Michael Bay one. I'm hoping it's not going to be a Transformers film within the continuity of the Michael Bay films. I'm hoping it's going to be a continuity of what Travis Knight has created, because I think if we had a continuity of Transformers live action films that are filmed via from the standpoint of what Travis Knight has come up with, I think it would be a hell of a lot better. Because Travis Knight is just a much better story maker. He's much better at character development. He's much better at capturing emotion from characters. And stop motion animation is one of the hardest methods of movie making out there. So it's kind of like, if him and his company, Leica Animation, all of them are masters of their crafts. And so if he's able to accomplish something like Kubo and the Two Strings and Paranorman and all them lot, if they're able to accomplish something like that, then I think he could make a credible like trilogy of movies or a series of movies, but under Travis Knight and not Michael Bay, because I really am hoping, because I don't want any more Michael Bay at the helm Transformers films. I really don't. And I don't think anyone else wants them either, because after the last night, how bad that was. Yeah. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. So I ended up kind of going into a little bit of a chinwag about those. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and watch Revenge of the Fallen now. Give that a watch, and then probably later tonight I might watch Dark of the Moon. Maybe get myself a takeaway ordered or something like that later, and just chill out. But yeah, I've got the next couple of days off work now. I'm back in on Sunday, so I'm off today, tomorrow. I'm back in Sunday. But I just wanted to just do this for once. I hope the audio was alright. I hope... Yeah, because the thing is, this webcam's old, and the processing speed and everything with this computer's terrible, so it's kind of like, unfortunately, you might see a little bit of lag later on in this video, because I'm noticing it now in the preview screen, a little bit of lag. And obviously it won't be as sharp as my mobile phone, because obviously that's full HD. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to have a chilled out day. I might go for a little walk. It's been raining today, so it's pretty miserable outside. So I might actually go for a nice walk later today, after I finish Revenge of the Fallen, just kind of give myself a little bit of a break, because I'm going to need it after finishing that film. And I'm definitely going to need something to help me out later tonight to finish Dark of the Moon. But but no. I have respect for the Michael Bay films. I mean, even though I've just been kind of like taking the piss out of them a little bit, but they did do a hell of a lot of good for the Transformers brand. The Michael Bay Transformers films brought the Transformers brand back from essentially certain death, because there was absolutely nothing. There was literally nothing for quite a long time. There was no new toys. There was, probably about 5-6 years gap between the last toy line and when Animated came out in 2007, and obviously 2007 was the first Michael Bay film, so 2007 was kind of considered, and the Michael Bay era was considered a great way to rejuvenate the line, and it did that. It did that really well. There was a toy line that supported the movies. There was a comic book series that supported the movies. Like little tie-in comic books. So yeah, it really helped the comic books, and it really helped the toy line, and it really helped the brand as a whole, the Michael Bay films. So I do have a small little respect for Michael Bay and the live action films that he has produced, because if they hadn't have been a success that they were, I think the Transformers brand would have died off with like He-Man, and even though they're trying to kind of keep rebooting and bringing back He-Man and Thundercats and so on, all those other 80s properties that came out around about the same time of Transformers G1. So there's also G.I. Joe's keeps getting revamped as well. So the Transformers films have worked out really well for the brand, and it looks stronger than ever because there's so much choice now for collectors and everything out there now. And obviously they're bringing out masterpiece grade movie characters as well. I've got a couple of them. I've got Jazz, Ironhide, and I've got Barricade, movie masterpieces. They're really nice toys. But yeah, thank you for watching. So I'll be back very soon with another vlog soon. Hope you've enjoyed this little change with doing this whole setup. If anyone wants me to do more videos like this in the future, leave a comment below. I'm going to see about at some point in the future about upgrading this computer, because I want a computer that is just faster than this. Not stupid fast. I'm a console gamer anyway, so I don't really want to be a PC gamer. I just want something that's better so that I can get better editing software, a better camera, just generally got a better processor and a better computer so that I can, put a bit more effort into my videos without having to use my phone all the time, because eventually I'm not going to be able to use my phone because you don't know, something might happen to it. I might have to get like a real basic one until I get myself a new phone. So I can't rely on my phone all the time, so I need a backup method of being able to make my videos. So I'm definitely going to see about upgrading this computer, because it's quite an old one. It's only it's like a space saver tower, so I can't really expand anything in it. I can't really upgrade anything in it because of what it is. So I want to upgrade my computer at some point. So hopefully maybe next year I might try and get my head around that, but we'll see. Because I don't have to spend too much money on an actual computer tower. I can get a decent one. I can get quite a decent one pretty cheap, really. And then if I wanted to, I can always expand it. I can always get like a better processor, or I can always maybe get expand the RAM and things like that. At least I've got more options later on with it all. So yeah, there's the vlog. Thank you again. So stay awesome, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon in the future. But thank you. Bye bye. See you soon.